Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Eclectic Book Witch. I'm happy you're here today. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite thriller novels that I've read. So why don't we just jump right in? The first one I want to talk about is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This one I think is YA. And it was fast-paced and a really fun read. You're following a girl named Pip who is actually re-examining a murder-suicide case that happened in her town 5 years before. And as she's re-investigating it, there's like a podcast element to the book, which is fun. And how cool is this cover, by the way? Like the murder board sort of thing. And she ends up uncovering all of these secrets as she keeps investigating, which leads to a lot of different things happening. So this ends up being, and this one is actually part of a trilogy. The second book on the back there is Good Girl, Bad Blood. I can't remember the name of the third book in the series. I'll put it right here. This so far is the only one I've read out of the series. I am hoping to continue it this year because one of my goals this year is to finish series that I've started. So that's the first one. Next we have one of my favorite books is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. This was actually the first book I ever read by him, and it quickly became a favorite, and he also became one of my auto-buy authors because of this book. In this one, you are following a woman named Emma Davis, and she, in this one, you get two timelines that you switch back and forth between. One is present day with adult Emma, where she is an up-and-coming artist in New York City, and she's gaining attention because of her art. And the woman who actually ran Camp Nightingale, where she went when she was a teenager for summer camp, ends up reconnecting with her and asking her to come back to Camp Nightingale because they're reopening it, and she wants her to be the art counselor for the kids, which really intrigues Emma, and she actually debates on whether or not to go. She does go, and because when she was 15, all three of her bunkmates at the camp actually disappeared. No one knows what happened to them to this day, and it's like it haunts her, and she somehow works all three of the girls into all of her art pieces in different ways. So she goes back to Camp Nightingale to be the art counselor and to try and see if she can find answers as to what happened. So this is a very suspenseful, thrilling, mysterious read. If you have not read this one, I highly recommend it. It is one of my top favorites by Riley Sager. The next one I have is No Exit by Taylor Adams. This was a very, very fast-paced kind of like, the entire time I read this, I finished it in like 2 days. I was hooked from the beginning. Could not put this one down. And the way it reads, it like plays like a movie in your head. This was just very well done. It had all the creepy factors. In this one, the main character is a woman named Darby, and she's on her way back from college to go back to Utah to see her mother, who is dying. But she gets caught in a snowstorm and has to pull over, and thankfully there's this rest stop. I don't know if I should say thankfully, but I don't know. There's this rest stop, and there is a small group of other people there, and they are all stranded there together for it takes place in like less than 24 hours. So this was a roller coaster of a read. If you're looking for something quick, maybe to get you out of a reading slump, I would definitely recommend No Exit. This next one is The Hacienda. This one is described as Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca, which I love that description because Rebecca is one of my all-time favorite reads. and I loved reading Mexican Gothic too. I don't know where my copy of Mexican Gothic is, otherwise I would include it in this video, because that... So this, The Hacienda and Mexican Gothic are both, to me, they're thrillers that are also Gothic horror, and I love stories that have houses that are haunted. This was really, really spooky, all the spooky vibes. It's set in the aftermath of the Mexican War of Independence, and honestly, I wish they would make this one into a movie. So, speaking of which, I'm pretty sure there's a movie for No Exit. I could be wrong, but if you've seen it, let me know how it is. So, The Hacienda, definitely recommend that one. And then the last one I have is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. This, I read this book like 4 or 5 years ago, and I still think about it to this day. It's got all the thriller and like dark vibes. This one is about a woman named Camille, and she's a reporter, but she has this assignment where she actually has to return to her small hometown to report on some murders that are happening. And so she's dealing with her estranged family. She has her mother and a half-sister. She doesn't really know her half-sister very well, and while she's there, she actually identifies with the victims just a little bit too much, so that's affecting her through the story. And so there's like different things that she's trying to figure out for her story, plus going on with her family life. So this was, I would check trigger warnings before reading this one. This one has the thriller vibes, but it's also very dark in different parts of it. So, and this is the only one I've read so far by Gillian Flynn, but I've definitely heard a lot of good things about her other books. So I'll definitely be checking those out for sure too. So those are some of the favorite thrillers that I have that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys are having a good week. We are halfway through the week. I'm so looking forward to Friday. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to comment down below if you've read any of these and what you thought of them. And also feel free to check out my Instagram page under the same name, The Eclectic Book Witch. Have a great day.